Good morning, Mr. Mason's class. The first book I read this semester was The House of the Scorpion by Nancy Farmer. This is a science fiction book in about 320 pages. The second book I read this semester was The Good Thief by Hannah Tinti. This is a fiction book and it's about, I could say, 380 pages. Let's talk about Nancy Farmer. Nancy Farmer has written two Newbery Honor books, The Ear and The Eye and the Arm of a Girl Named Disaster. She also written The House of the Scorpion, which has no sequels. Let's take a second and talk about Hannah Tinti. So Hannah Tinti grew up in Salem, Massachusetts, and she has a short story collection called Animal Crackers. And not only that, she is the co-founder and editor-in-chief of One Story magazine. That's her. Go! Go! Hold up. Let's take a second and talk about The House of the Scorpion. The House of the Scorpion starts off with a guy named Matteo Alacrin. Matteo lives in a shack on a poppy field. He lives with his guardian, Celia. And Matteo's always been forbidden to go out to the outside world. Celia has told him that if he sees anyone, he should go run and hide underneath his bed. But Matteo's curiosity takes over. And one day, he breaks the window and goes outside. There, he discovers the Big House, which is a giant mansion owned by the drug lord El Patron. El Patron is really nice, but he's a drug lord. Once Matteo gets to the Big House, he's treated very nicely. He doesn't know why, but he also doesn't know that he is a clone of El Patron. And he lives there throughout the rest of his life until which reaches the end of the book. In the end of the book, it unfolds why he was treated so nicely and who is El Patron to him. Is El Patron's kindness a disguise? Is Celia really on his side? You gotta read to find out. Hey guys! I'm here to talk about The Good Thief. This starts off with Red, a 12-year-old boy who lives in St. Anthony's Orphanage. He was there since he was an infant. He was left without any names and without a left hand. Ever since, he'd been trying to uncover the mystery of his left hand and his parents. One day, a guy named Benjamin Nab comes to adopt him. He claims that his long-lost brother and provides a story for his left hand. It's so convincing, even Ren believes it. Ren goes on adventures with them and travels to a city. There, at the city, they meet Benjamin's partner, Tom. Tom wants to go to this other city for a great job offer, but Ben has been trying to avoid that city since years. But soon they go there, and they live in a house owned by Mary Sands. Mary Sands gives Ren socks of John Boy's clothes. And there, they make a living by grave digging. Grave digging means they dig graves to get the jewelry, the clothes, the bones, and they sell all that stuff. And soon these mysterious dreams come to them, and the story unfolds as the story progresses. It turns out that Benjamin is Ren's key to the future and past.
What does that mean, Akash?
Hey, you gotta read to find out.
Okay.
Hey guys, I'm Matteo Alacrin, and something just weird happened to me. So I was in my house and this girl named Maria came up to me and wanted to play with me. So I broke the window of my house and I don't know what to do. Matt came to a decision. It was frightening, but he had never had an opportunity like this before and he might never have it again. He shoved the chair to the opening, scrambled up, and jumped. "No!" shouted Steven, running forward to catch him, and he was too late. A terrible pain lanced through Matt's feet. He fell forward and his hands and knees landed on the shard of glass. He wasn't wearing shoes! Oh man, what are we gonna do? Steven pulled Matt up and swung him onto a clear patch of ground. Matt stared with amazement at the blood dripping from his feet and hands. His knees sprouted rivulets of red. "Pull out the glass!" cried Amelia in a high, scared voice. "Maria, stay away!" "I want to see!" yelled the little girl. Matt heard a slap and Maria shrieked of outrage. His head was swimming. He wanted to throw up, but before he could, everything went black. This shows that I have a lot of curiosity, and curiosity could lead to good and bad things. One good thing that happened to me is I actually talked to other people, and a bad thing that happened to me is now my feet and arms are bleeding and I have nothing to do. This is when Ben and Ren are on the run. They have just stolen a horse from the farmer who had been so nice to them the night before. "What are you doing?" Benjamin asked. "Praying. So we won't be followed?" "No," Ren said, "for stealing." "This isn't stealing," said Benjamin. "It's borrowing with good intent." Ren pulled the blanket closer. He had told himself similar things when he had stolen at St. Anthony's, but in his heart, he knew God would find a way to punish him. Ren knew this sin was too big to hide. It would take some work to garner God's patience. Benjamin nabbed bit off to the side of the wagon, and he slowed the horse. "Listen," he said. "I've seen a lot, and praying never made any difference for anything. Now I understand you've been raised with a different set of rules, but if you're going to stay alive out here, you're going to be forced to break them. Know what you need, and if it crosses your path, take it." This shows a couple things. One thing it shows is that Ren is a good boy on the inside. When he does bad stuff, he knows his punishments and he knows how to deal with them. But Ben, on the other hand, when he does bad stuff, like steal a horse, he covers it up with lies, almost as if he's in denial. And I'm hungry for some literature. The first book I read this quarter, or this semester, was The House of the Scorpion. The second book I read was The Good Thief by Hannah Tinty. These books are very similar and different in many ways. The first similarity was the main characters are both disabled in some kind of way. In The Good Thief, Ren didn't have a left hand, and he's gone through many hardships because of this. In The House of the Scorpion, Matt is a clone, and he is dulled, which means made stupefied. There's also another similarity about their guardians. One, they never had real parents, so their guardians in this book was Benjamin Nab, and in The House of Scorpion it was Celia. There's a couple of differences. One difference was the intentions. Matt has always been a good, innocent boy without anything to do with anything. And while Ren, he steals things and he never gave them back and he lied. Another thing is the main character's experience. They have different experience levels. Like Matt, he's been stuck in a shack for a really long time without any outside contact besides Celia. So he's not that experienced of the outside world. While Ren, he lives in an orphanage. He lives with boys of a great variety of ages. So he knows how to deal with stuff, and yeah.
Well, that's a nice bug project.
Jimmy!
What? Oh, sorry, Akash. So what are you doing right now?
Just writing a book review. Have you read it? The House of the Scorpion?
No, I actually haven't, but I've heard about it.
It's a pretty good book. Like, it's easy to follow. It keeps you interested. It takes place in the future, so everything's all high tech and stuff. I would give it 2 thumbs up, and great for audience of all ages.
What are you doing, Akash?
Oh, nothing. Just spending some quality time with my book. This book, The Good Thief, was a really good book, but I liked House of Scorpion more. But I give this book a 1 thumb up and 1 thumb about 7/8 of the way up. I recommend it to audience who have patience. Like, it gets more interesting as it unfolds. So yeah, that's who should read it. Come in.
Ren, I think it's time you get new socks. I've already patched up the same socks for 8 times already.
Oh, Miss Sand, silly you. I fixed that problem. I got fuzzy socks, yeah! It only cost me 4 payments of $1 each, plus $84 of shipping.
Oh, hold on. Where'd you get the money from?
Borrowed it from Benjamin with good intent. Are you tired of flashlights running out on you? Tired of getting the batteries gone? Well, get the new rechargeable battery! Woo! It's easy. It's simple. When the lights turn off, you crank the crank and it charges. Great for grave digging at night and all the drug places. Get a rechargeable battery now. Just 5 payments of $25.95.